Again, this is the medicine, the master's program. You want to go there, and then you can actually look around to see what kind of research and department this is. Okay. So you need to identify a supervisor who could be able to support you in their laboratory. Okay. And there's no easy way. You have to, the conventional way is to contact via the email. From what I understand, there are several faculties who are receiving about 20 inquiries per day. So you're in the queue. Some labs do not accept students as well. But try to check out which lab currently offers the position, and make sure you mention that you are interested in applying to for the MEC scholarship. Okay. So once you decide which research lab you wish to apply, you need to write some kind of proposal for the MEC scholarship application. Ideally, you want to talk with your prospective PI and write up those contents. And also, you need to collect all necessary documents to apply, which include official transcripts, graduation expected certificate. If you graduate, you should have a diploma. If not, you can obtain a copy that you expect to graduate before, I believe, before the enrollment, which will be the October. English or Japanese test score, as well as letter of recommendation. For the MEC scholarship, they specifically ask you to obtain a letter from the president and the dean of your school. I understand it's sometimes difficult to get it, and it's a timely issue. So I would suggest you to do it quickly. It will take about a week. If you have additional letters from the teachers or the lab where you worked, they are all welcome. Okay, so you want to submit those together. The deadline for this application was due today, I believe, but it has been extended to December the 6th. Okay, so it's next month, and you have 10 days to complete. And if you have any inquiries about the application, please contact this email address, okay, which is on the application website page, which I'll go visit later to you again. Okay, in terms of the research project, I believe you need to write three things. Okay, these are the questions that is being asked every year for the MEC scholarship application. One, you need to describe present field of study, where you should focus on what you have accomplished. Okay. You don't really have to be too much in details. Maybe 2 or 3 paragraphs is sufficient, but don't be too detailed because not everyone understands your field. Okay, so try to be general and be able to for everybody to understand. Number 2, your research topic in Japan. Describe, articulate the research you wish to carry out in Japan. This question is asking for what kind of research topic you will be sort of pursuing, okay? And why you want to study in Japan. Maybe you already know the professors and wanted to apply those technology in the future, want to learn new things. Try to focus your contents on the research topic. Some students sort of misunderstand this question and start writing about, one of my family is living in Japan, or I like Japanese culture and anime, so I want to come to Japan. Those things are not sort of appropriate. Okay, so you should really focus on what kind of research you want to do, and if you could link your present field of your study to your future research that will be conducted in Japan, it certainly would be advantageous. Number three, study program in Japan. Okay, so this is the place where you want to describe in detail the specifics, particularly concerning the ultimate goal of your research. So here, you want to write the details of the sort of the proposal of what kind of research project you will be conducting. Okay, so my advice is to, once you get contact with your faculty member and he sort of like you, maybe go one-on-one Zoom conferences and talk about the project with him. In many cases, you look at their publications, but most of the stuff could be done already. It's never been, it may not have been published. So you may want to talk about it beforehand and describe the background and significance in a short one paragraph. The aims and hypothesis of your research should be clearly defined. Okay. And approach does not have to be in detail, but it really should be clear. For example, you may want to describe potential outcomes of the research and provide alternative approaches. And at the end, you wanted to finish by stating your ultimate goals, what you intend to learn or accomplish doing your graduate studies. Okay. So these may take time. It usually takes a week, maybe 2 weeks, in some case, 1 month. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it's something you can spend your time and improve in order to obtain a scholarship. I don't think you can actually change your transcript in 1 day, but these things, if you focus and understand and be able to communicate in writing, I would suggest you to spend a little time on it. Okay, so how does this application procedure go? So we're now in November and the application is currently open. You can download the files. Some of the material must be directly mailed to our office, and it must be received before December 6th, okay? So I would say you need to at least send it maybe on the December 1st or 2nd. It might take a few days to arrive. Once we receive your application, we will screen, in particularly the GPA and your English or Japanese test scores. And those who qualify will be invited for an interview. And at this stage, we're looking at the final week of December, maybe between 23rd to December 28th to be held an interview. I understand for some it's a very holiday season, so if it might actually extend to the first week of January. But these things will be individually contacted for those who qualify, and the interview will be held generally about 15 to 20 minutes of an interview. And once you're sort of conditionally accepted and successful candidate will be notified around the end of the January, maybe in the February. And we'll let you know that you will either receive the scholarship or you did not receive a scholarship but get approved to be accepted into a program, or you're declined, okay? So we do have number of brackets. In this case, we have four slots. That means 4 people for the MEC scholarship for the master's program, and another 4 for the doctoral program. Okay. So once we set the top 4 candidates, you're sort of on hold. Okay. So if your interview was good, but you didn't make it into a top 4, you still have a chance. If students on the upper 4 occasionally decline, and you be on sort of a wait list for the scholarship. In other case, you don't get a scholarship, but you could be sort of approved to enter the graduate program. In such a case, you can actually enter the graduate school, but without the scholarship. But to be honest, many students who enter the University of Tsukuba graduate program, especially in our program, do receive some form of scholarship. I would say 80% of the students originally they came here as sort of they'll pay the tuitions, but they do can demonstrate their competency and receive their scholarship after a semester or two. So there's a possibility that other scholarships are available here, but I cannot guarantee. So once you get accepted as a scholarship recipient from us, we recommend the next. Okay, so we will contact the government, Japanese government, and we will forward your application. We will put the reason why you are the great candidate for our university. And the MEX will officially notify by the end of June. And that's when you actually will receive a notice whether you receive a scholarship or not. And in most cases, if we recommend, and if you don't have special, anything that's against you, you should be fine. You will receive a scholarship. Okay, and it'll take about 3 months to go through the immigration work. You need to get a student visa. So those will take about time. So that will be from June to September. And we expect you to arrive in the final week of September. In fact, the MEX will specify which date you should come. And I don't know, but they're really strict on that day. So be prepared to follow their advice. Okay, let me, this is the probably the final slide, in comparison with the number of other scholarship programs. So first of all, very top is our MEX scholarship university recommendation. It's just a recap. You get about 1,200 or 1,300 US dollar for 2 years or 4 years, depending on which program you apply, either the master's or doctoral degree. The tuition is completely exempt, and the one-time travel fee to enter Japan. And application period is right now, and we only accept full admission. And since we were accepted to this new program, if you don't get in this year, there's always another chance next year and possibly a year after. So we have 3 years to take students. Okay, so this is not a one-time thing. But however, in order to enroll in next year's October, you must meet this deadline of December 6th. Two other programs that are very, very popular and accepting international students are human biology and humanics. Both of these programs are 5-year PhD programs. So if you graduate college, you can actually directly apply to the PhD program. So there is no master's component, but you need to spend 5 years. For the PhD program, the annual stipend is about 7,500 US dollar, and it pays for a full 5 years. Tuition is generally exempt, but you need to pay for the one-time fee, which is 2,500 US dollars. They do provide you travel fee every year for attend international conferences, or if you wanted to have a collaboration with other scientists overseas, you can use the money for collaboration. The HBP has both HBP and let's go to Humanics. Humanics has a little bit of a different scheme. At the first 2 years, you receive 12,000 US dollar per year. There is a qualifying exam, and if you pass, your salary actually goes up. Okay, so it's kind of a screening system that in case you don't match well to obtain a PhD, you will sort of end in the first 2 years. But if you pass the qualifying, they will reward you with the additional stipend. Tuition is similar. During the first 2 years, you pay half of the tuition. In Japan, the tuition is not as expensive. I would say it's about 4,000 US dollar per year. Okay. So that's quite different from, let's say, America, which is 40,000. So it's one tenth the amount. Okay. Again, for humanics, if you pass the qualifying exam, they will exempt the entire tuition. They also have an allocation of travel expense that you can use. Both human biology, humanics will accept students in fall and spring semester. So you do have two chances. And in fact, if you really wanted to come to our university, and you can apply for all three programs. And they are actually, I think their deadlines are coming up. So, but many of our faculty who belongs to the master's as well as doctoral program do have a position in human biology or humanics. So I advise you look at their programs as well. It could be a similar project after all. So here are the list of information where you can gather. I actually visited medical science homepage, human biology, humanics. They all have their own program. We have a new website for information and activities, which you obtain this Zoom link. Okay, so those sites we sort of manage so that it'll be easier for you to navigate our scholarship system. If you want to know the latest, we do have Facebook. And I'll try to post this PDF on the same page where you obtain the Zoom link. So you'll be able to download or look at it online so that you can click on the additional or look for the additional information about our programs. Let me actually go to the application site. Let's see. Sorry. I think it'll be one of these site. Maybe I didn't put it. Let's just share the desktop. Uh, and this is where you obtain the Zoom link. Under this, you see, please visit for application and updates. So this will be the place where you can obtain the examination. They call sort of the application and examination. Okay. So on this page, there are a lot of different types of entrance exam. And it's currently on the very top, application for Japanese government MEC scholarship program for admission in October 2025 as degree students, university recommendation. So this is a place where the information for the MEC scholarship is posted. You can inquire at the with this email address. Maybe make it a little better, bigger. I'm sorry. This Zoom window is kind of bothering me every time. Okay, so here's the application guideline. Okay, so qualifications, you can read it through about nationalities and background that I described. So this is a one-page PDF that describes about the qualification. Application form can be downloaded here. I believe it is the Excel format, so it's a form that you will just click in. And the field of research and research plan, which is the Microsoft Word document, which is, again, as I mentioned to you, it consists of three parts: present field of study, your research topic in Japan, and study program in Japan. Okay, it can be more than this page, but you just simply need to write your name and nationality here. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. Again, you can find from this link Laboratory of Master's Program. It just simply goes to the website where I previously showed. The doctoral program, I think you will also find different laboratories for you to look around. So it's kind of um, all in one sheet. So again, the checking for checklist ensures that you have all the materials. Let's see. This is a bilingual checklist, so you can just simply click on the English and look at the items that you need to submit on this page. I didn't look at it in details, but in general, some stuff can be mailed in by email, but some things must be sent hard copy. Okay. I didn't look at it carefully, but it includes certificate of graduation, transcripts, and if you have thesis, then you have to write down, and you should simply take a look at it if you're interested in applying. Okay. So now we can take questions. I think it will be easier for us to follow the chat. Then people could actually look at the questions and we can possibly address. If you do wish to ask directly, that's fine too. But let's see, we already have some questions here. Okay. We can post the so the question is can we have a recording? I'm sorry, I think it's not allowed from our university channel. However, I can have this slide posted. We might be able to post this recording. Okay, so I'll try to get an approval, but the slides will be available. Okay. Any other questions? Questions, not a statement. Okay, for language requirements, can I use TOEFL ITB or maybe should use another requirements IELTS or TOEFL ITB and can I take after December 1st? You really should take, if you're gonna take it and submit it, you really should take before, okay? I think your credential will be evaluated once you submit it within 2 weeks. So if you have your scores within the past 5 years, use that. We usually take TOEFL, as well as IELTS and TOEIC as well. Can I send copy of my degree, which is attended by my university? Can I send a copy of my degree? Copy should be okay, right? It doesn't have to be an official document. One way you can ask is on the transcript. If you already graduated, it should be stated that you have already completed the degree. But you can also ask for the or simply scan it or copy your I would say diploma or certificate and send it to us. Will it be okay to send me? Yeah, sure. It's okay. If you graduated from college or university, which is fully taught in English, provide at least the information about the college, maybe description of your university that it says it's 100% taught in English. It may substitute. However, if you are serious in applying, I would take the English test. Okay. And if you're confident, you should be okay. Okay. It's yes and no type of thing. So yes, you can submit with some credential that says, statement that says this is taught by 100% taught by English. For the submission, do we? Okay, let me see. I'm actually don't know. I think you need to submit it offline. I don't think we call it offline by mail. I think right. You need to fill it out. I think you could partially submit, but for that, you may have to ask the administrator for that purpose. Let me contact a little bit, just 1 second. どうでしょう? 部分的だと。Okay. So I heard that some stuff you can send by email. Some materials you have to mail it. So my suggestion is send whatever you can online, and then mail the other materials all in one piece to us. I think that's about the only possible way. And that's what for the other programs, there are online only. So you can actually submit the scanned copy of everything, or the letter of recommendation can come from the professor directly. However, for the MEX scholarship application, they specifically ask that you submit the hard copy by mail. So we can't change that rule. The interview for this year will be conducted online. So it will be a Zoom. So we will provide you a Zoom application with date and time. There are specific requirements that we need to follow. That is, we have to have an interview on the same day. That is, everybody we scheduled by time depending on where you live, and we try to schedule your appointment well in advance to have a Zoom meeting online. So interview is all online. Let me see. I am currently a master's student, but not studying medicine. Expect to graduate October. Can I October 2030? If you are currently a master's student, and if you're sure that you will graduate before October 2025, you can apply to doctoral program. However, if you are late, for example, if you're 1 day late, the scholarship is not issued. You can enroll in our program, okay? But the MEC scholarship is very strict. So we need to have all the documents ready to submit it in order for you to get a scholarship, okay? So we're not that strict. If you are going to graduate, let's say September, for example, but you later found out that you need to fulfill the 1 credit for physical education, which you missed sometime, then your scholarship will be revoked. Of course, you can apply the year later, but that's about the only suggestion we can give. About recommendation letter, do we have to seal it with stamp in a separate envelope by my university dean or not? I believe for the university dean, it doesn't have to. But in general, most of the recommendation letters are, for the dean and the president, you have to request and obtain it for yourself. It's depending on your university. They will usually provide the letter directly to you, open letter. They know about the MEC scholarship, and they are usually familiar with this procedure. However, they may actually seal it in an envelope and provide it to you. Okay. For the other letters of recommendation from the teachers, we usually like to receive it directly from them, although it's okay to put it in an envelope, sealed, signed, old-fashioned way. Email is okay too, provided that you specify who you are and you are applying for the MEC scholarship to our email address. We'll try to sort out, but there is a chance that we might get lost. So it's best if you could put in the same application package as the hard copies to be sent. Is it is the acceptable language certificate only TOEFL and I never be able to pronounce it. IELTS? Okay. Both are fine. We have the score, and there are you can also submit TOEIC. That's acceptable too. But I think Duolingo is not acceptable. Okay, so again, you need to have some certificate that can be verified online as well as receive the PDF of that certificate. Okay. Occasionally, I think depending on this institute, you could say, it could be submitted directly to the University of Tsukuba. Okay. You can specify that and send us a copy just in case it landed to different department. Okay. Sometimes it gets lost, even electronically. Can I apply to a doctoral program? I have under degree in pharmacy, 6 year, similar to medicine. Okay. For pharmacy, usually it's a 5 year. And unfortunately, no. Pharmacy five-year program is considered to be a bachelor degree in almost all the countries that I know. So that will be considered 4 year college, or I would say bachelor degree. So you need to apply for the master's degree in order to be enrolled. So you cannot apply to doctoral, even if that's 6 year, even if you spent 6 year. I don't think that is acceptable. I'm sorry. 他に何かありますか？これ Do we need to? Okay, so we need to contact the supervisor first before application. Yes, that's true. Do we need to name him, her in the application once they agree to supervise us? I think there is a place that you enter the names of the supervisor. So yes, you need to write up who. So you can basically pick only one supervisor. Am I right? Yeah, one supervisor. You can't pick 50 supervisor and do it. Okay, only one supervisor. Okay. I think I told this. これか. Okay, so study program in Japan. I have to propose a hypothesis. Do I have to write the proposal exactly like a research paper, such as detailed methodology, or do I just have to write briefly my research plan? Well, it's up to you. Good proposals are usually brief and clear and achievable. Okay. You don't have to be super technical as long as it's logically sound to provide a background. One should be able to. I don't think there is a specific rule to write hypothesis or methodology. So you have to think about it and make it clear as possible. Okay. Anyone wants to directly ask me? Maybe we can. Is that okay? All right. This is a long one. I'll try to read it. My transcript as an undergrad study is on 10-point scale, which is not listed in conventional Mexico guideline, which is a 4-point scale. Okay. There is a way to convert your grades. And to be honest, it's posted on the web, but it could be in Japanese. I personally don't know, but if you believe you're in the sort of 85 percentile or maybe above, you could well be above 2.3 of 3. Okay. So basically, if you divide 2.3 out of 3, that's about 77 percentile. Okay. So if you have a 10-point scale, then you should be, if your GPA is about 8, that may be okay. However, this formula has different way to calculate, which I sometimes don't understand. For example, A plus is considered 3 points, and A is also considered 3 points. So they don't value A plus. B is considered 2 points, C is considered 1 point, D and F are 0. Okay, so you can sort of dig through this mixed system, and we do have a calculation formula for virtually every GPA that exists. So if we look at the transcript, we'll be able to calculate. Okay, so I think we are on time. We need to go. So once again, I'll post the PDF of today's lecture. And I wish you good luck. And be sure to submit on time. And that's very important for government level scholarship. Okay, thank you very much for attending, and have a good day. うん、32ぐらい、32かな。レコーディング止めますかみんな30